Okay everyone, so this right here is the scene inside my 75-gallon grow-out aquarium. So we have my green terror. This guy is trying to take charge, even though he's not the biggest fish in the aquarium. He's trying to be the most dominant. We have Geophagus brasiliensis, one of two. Both of these guys are at the bottom of the hierarchy in the tank, so we're definitely not enjoying it. You see one right there in the corner. He's not allowed to move because if he does, other fish will attack him. And this guy is, look at that, he's pretty much in a bad situation as well. Underneath you can see the face of my pear-sized cichlid, the biggest fish in the tank. Just pretty shy, especially when it comes to humans. But yeah, he's about maybe 4 going to 5 inches. He's pretty cool. And then we come over to the left side and we have a jaguar cichlid, one of two, and a swarm of fry. Hey everyone, this is DW's Darius and welcome to another day in the fish room. So a little while ago I told you guys that I wanted to find a male jaguar for my female golden morph jaguar. Upstairs I have a female golden morph that's about maybe 6 to 7 inches, a very beautiful fish. This is a jaguar cichlid without the jaguar pattern. Through selective breeding, people have been able to produce jaguar cichlids without the black markings, just a solid gold coloration. I believe it looks extremely awesome, and I wanted to find a regular male jaguar with the pattern to pair with this golden morph, and I believe that the duo will look awesome as the only fish in my 210-gallon aquarium. So with that in mind, I went searching for a male jaguar, and I'm buying them juvenile. When you buy them juvenile, you really don't get any guarantee of the sex that you get. So I just bought 2 juveniles from Imperial Tropicals a couple of months ago and start to grow them out. Now initially I was going to grow them out in my main 125-gallon grow-out aquarium, but they had some problems with my Cuban cichlid. My Cuban cichlid kind of has similar markings. You know, fish that look similar do have problems with each other. So I was forced to create this new 75-gallon grow-out aquarium with the jaguars. I have a few other reject cichlids that couldn't live inside my 125, including my pear-sized cichlid, 2 Geophagus brasiliensis, and 1 green terror. All these fish were grown out together peacefully until one day my jaguars decided to breed. Now of course this came unexpected. One day the 2 fish were on opposite sides of the tank because the larger was being more aggressive towards the smaller, and then one day both of them are extremely colorful on the same side of the tank fighting all the other fish. Now when I bought these 2 fish, in all my years of buying fish, I never bought 2 cichlids of the same species and end up with a male and a female. I always get 2 females, 2 males, but never a perfect pair. So that in itself was amazing. And on top of that, I didn't expect jaguars to breed at such a small size. Usually cichlids that get as big as they get around, a male jaguar can reach about 16 inches in captivity. Females might stay around 8 to 10 inches. And you wouldn't expect them to be able to breed at such a small size. These guys are, the female, she's about 3 inches, the male is about 3.5 to 4 inches. And look at this, a full batch of fry. Now this comes with good news and bad news. The good news is that I do have a male who one day can eventually pair with my golden morph female. And also, being that this guy is breeding at such a small size, it may encourage him to grow faster so that he could more successfully defend his babies from these other fish. But the bad news is that I didn't expect him to breed in this aquarium, and he has tank mates that he's going to want to destroy. So the Geophagus brasiliensis, these guys are at the bottom of the hierarchy, and they definitely are getting it the worst. This tripod is very squeaky, so excuse that. But yeah, this Geophagus up here is not allowed to move. If he comes down, he's attacked. This guy is not too much better for him. The pair size is about twice the size of the male jaguar, and he still isn't allowed to come over. The only fish in this tank that tries them is the green terror. He might be in the shadows watching them now. But yeah, these fish, as they grow, they're going to get more aggressive, and eventually I'm going to have to keep them alone or just separate them and don't allow them to breed. So that definitely is the downside of them breeding now. On top of that, when these fish breed, it puts a lot of strain on their body. So while it will encourage the male to grow, it may cause the female to slow down with her growth because the eggs, producing the eggs, just take so much from her. Now, of course, I wasn't planning on using this female as a breeder, but I've been watching her, the color that she produced, she still is very beautiful. And while I may not use her to breed, I still could use her just in one of my display aquariums because they do reach a decent size. And like I said, they do look pretty awesome. Now, this is the first time that these fish have ever spawned. And it's pretty cool to know that they made it this far because there are a lot of things that a lot of fish have to learn. And I know from my previous experiences with breeding fish, a lot of times fish are not successful with their first spawn. They either eat the eggs or other fish in the tank eat the eggs, or something happens and they just don't make it this far. Now I don't believe that the eggs will make it to adulthood, And that's because, once again, this is the first spawn. There's a lot of obstacles now that the fish are free swimming. This is actually the first day of free swimming. I've been watching them from eggs, waiting to record them, and this is actually the first day that they're moving around so freely. But yeah, there's a lot of threats. You saw the parasite earlier come over here. My green terror is always looking at them. Now in the fry, they are free-willed, so they could go any way they want. The parents, they try to keep them in a little ball in the back of the tank, but these guys are all over the place, so I do believe that maybe in a week or so, they will all be dead. But once again, this is their first time. They definitely will learn from this and just become better parents. On top of these cichlids, I do have a South American bumblebee catfish that is nocturnal, and maybe he'll get a lot of them at night. So yeah, this batch I don't think will make it, but once again, it's awesome to know that I have a male and to know that they made it this far on their first try. Now as they grow, they will produce larger loads. This batch right here is maybe 100 to 120 fry. And as these fish grow, they will be able to produce a lot more fry per spawn. So right now the female is about 3 inches and she has over 100 babies. So imagine when she's 8 inches. Easily 500 to 1,000 if not more. So they definitely will be producing a lot of fish for me. Now what will I do with the fry as they grow? Let's say these fry beat the odds and actually make it to a stage where they can care for themselves. What will I do with them? Most likely I'll put them back in the circle of life. In other words, I'll feed them to some of my predatorial fish, unless I see like one that's unique, but otherwise they will be fish food. Okay everyone, so that's the situation inside my 75-gallon grow-out aquarium. Now I'm left with 2 different things I could do. One, I could move all the fish except the jaguar pair, let them be the only fish in this tank, and allow them to grow up together. That way they can have no fish messing with their babies and just grow up to be nice parents. The only thing about that is that I would have to put the other fish in my 125, and there are some pretty aggressive fish in there, so they may be a little bit stressed out in that tank. Or the other option is to remove one of the jaguar cichlids, so to separate the pair and allow the one to grow up with these guys and the other one to grow up in my 125. Eventually I will separate them because I do want the male to go with my female upstairs. So yeah, I want you guys to vote in the card section above. Let me know what you think I should do. Separate the pair or let them be the only 2 fish in this aquarium. But yeah everyone, that's what's happening today in the fish room. Like I always tell you guys, a lot of stuff happens each and every day, and that's just one of the things I wanted to share today. Now another thing I want to share is that the last time I showed you guys this tank, it was that one sunfish and a lot of schooling fish. Well, he killed all of them except one. The one that he didn't kill, I just tossed up here in my community tank, that little gray guy back there. But every other one he killed. Some of them he ate, some of them he just killed, and that fish is raw now. He's extremely aggressive, and now he wants the tank to himself. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with him. But yeah, a lot of awesomeness going on in the fish room. Fish just being fish. If those jaguars do make it to a decent size, you know where they're gonna go? Right there. They're gonna fuel this guy. Maybe this guy too. And definitely, where is he? That guy back there. Maybe the pike too. But yeah everyone, that's just another day in a fish room. As always, let me know what you guys think. What would you do with the fry? If you found yourself with a bunch of jaguar fry, what would you do? I'm going to feed them to these peacock bass, but let me know what you would do. As always, thank you for taking the time to join me in my fish room. If you want to see more of what's going on, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I moved one of my Geophagus brasiliensis. I saw that the other 2 were going to get pummeled by my jaguars because they were a breeding pair now, so I saved the one that was the most dominant, put them inside my community tank, and look at them. And that tank, they're all shy and scared. You put them in a tank with fish that just don't mind being in front of the glass, and he's right with them. Not showing that full coloration yet, but he definitely will get there, and he's awesome. But yeah everyone, that's been a day in the fish room. I have a lot to show you guys, but in due time. Catch you guys in the next one.